Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Since I've come home from Bharat, I believe it was Saturday, February 25th, I've been with my wife and kids every day. It's a long time. The other day when I was driving our kids to school, Shuka shares, "This body needs candy." He's telling me that his body needs candy. And another time when I was driving them back from school, Vyasa says, "Sometimes I just need to punch my eyes." Instead of rubbing his eyes, he calls it punching his eyes. For someone to live by pleasure, that this body needs candy. For someone to think that their personality is this body, like they have to punch their eyes, that is childish. For a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old to say that and act like that, it's enjoyable. We laugh at this. But if you said the same thing, it would be deeply concerning. Meaningful Mornings is a check on us whether we're living in a childish way or if we're becoming childlike that is peaceful. You ask a child why they're happy, and they don't have a reason for that. We have lots of reasons that come and go. In Bhagavad Gita's chapter 13, the 19th value, Nityatva, in English, training. The 20th value, Darshana, in English, vision. When one is comprehensively training, their lifestyle is intentional, then they're purifying themselves. And purification is the trigger for differentiation. The theme for chapter 13 of Bhagavad Gita is differentiation. Your one-word summary. How do you know if your lifestyle is oriented towards purification? You're becoming more balanced, focused, reflective. If you're not feeling this, then you're saying your lifestyle is like this, but it's not. These are the gauges. One needs to be more balanced, more focused, more reflective to differentiate. And if you can differentiate, naturally you'll hold on to that which is higher, which is divinity. And you'll let go of that which is lower, which is the A's, B's, and C's. Shri Krishna shares many sublime thoughts on what divinity is. In verse 12, he shares, divinity is I. Your sense of being is divinity. The problem is that we take this for granted. And so we are comprehensively investing in I am. I am this body. I am these desires. Differentiation. What makes up you? I and am. Do you feel that? And if you do, it's because your inner world is prepared to feel this difference. Hold on to the I, let go of the am. In verse 13, Shri Krishna shares, even if you identify with I am, inside of all of this I am is I. I am the heads, I am the ears, and so on. That am depends on I does not depend on am. I gave you the example of expressions of electricity depend on electricity. Electricity doesn't depend on these expressions. In verse 14, Shri Krishna is tuning us into the I, into the divinity, by referencing the gunas. The gunas are the most expressive entity we interact with. The sense objects are gunas, the sense organs are gunas, but they are an expression of Maya. Maya is an expression of Mayapati. Mayapati is an expression of Brahman or divinity. This chapter is teaching us to not take for granted the shallow. Be grateful for the shallow, which means to inquire into the shallow and keep going as deep as you can. And that's where you will know and feel I. Are we all together? 13th chapter in this whole section is about merging the samadhi of Tvam into Tat, the individuality into divinity, and what remains is what was always there in the past, present, future, infinity, the sense of being. I am has always changed. I has never changed. These teachings are not faith-based. These teachings are scientific. These teachings are the truth. And if you feel otherwise, that's why Shri Krishna shared in verses 7 to 11, values 1 to 20, this is knowledge. This is the purpose of your life, to become knowledgeable. It is not your profession. It is not your vacation. It is not your relation. As long as we think that's our purpose, we're feeling I am, and we're missing I. In our Upanishad course last night, I'd shared with everyone, our Upanishad teaches your curiosity, your thirst to know, your jignasa will not end until you know who you are. That is an awful experience, to just keep on pursuing without ever feeling peace. And if you know this is the only way to feel peace, then pursue that. Shri Krishna continues with these sublime thoughts that need to be prepared for, contemplated upon. Those in the highest vocation, you are fortunate. You have the best content to reflect on, to contemplate on. Verse 16, verse 15. That verse 0 still confuses me. Bahir antascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha sukshmatvat tadavigneyam durastam chantike chatat. Joy. I. Another word for this is divinity. Another word for this is infinity. Infinity is the most abstract. Divinity is more personal. I is the most personal. That's who you are. This I is Bahi, which means without, and Anta, which means within, Bhutanam, all beings. I love when such phrases are shared. It's not sharing that I'm only in people of this hemisphere or this gender or this religion. All. What teachings, what religion is as inclusive as Bhagavad Gita, as Sanatana Dharma? Offering a reflection. What is outside? We think this body is. What is inside? We think our mind is. The cells of the body, the thoughts of the mind, these are all simply combinations and permutations of the elements. The elements are I am. The elements depend on existence. I am depends on I. All without you, all within you, all of this depends on I. Acharam, not moving. Charam, moving. When I teach contemplation at 5:30 a.m., I have to keep my eyes open slightly to monitor Wi-Fi. And this morning, I was looking at all of you as compared to the day before and the day before, and all of you were achara, not moving. And so I was concerned that my Wi-Fi had stopped, but then I did see someone move a little bit. That's awesome that just in 3 days, you've been able to calm your body that much. I'm going to read an insight from Pujaswami Chinmayananda for us to reflect on. The truth, in its absolute nature, is motionless. There is no place where it can move, since it is all. Yet, conditioned by the things moving, it looks as though it has movement. It looks like energy is moving, electricity is moving, yet it's not. Electricity, energy is being, leave alone existence, which is the deepest. Even if you think of this spatially, in the Marianas Trench, nothing moves. All of that water, all of that pressure is just being, which is why it's so quiet there. Sukshmatvat, on account of how subtle this is. That is one of the qualities we need, sukshmata, to be subtle and reflective. Avigneyam, it is, as an I, is unthinkable, is unknowable. The point here is, it's not an object. It is not an experience or equipment or ego. It is you. And a reflection for all of us. If you are unprepared to feel this, it is because we are unpure. All sciences need preparation. Most sciences need the preparation of IQ. This science needs the preparation of SQ, that is purity. Another reflection on this is, throughout Bhagavad Gita, we've been reflecting on doership, but in this chapter, what was introduced is knowership. Knowership is, I know of God. But beyond knowership is awareness. It's not knowing of God, it is knowing God. The of is not there. Do you want to know of happiness, or do you want to know happiness? Final quarter. Durastham, it is far away. Antige, it is nearby. All of these terms are really how we're oriented, which is Dvaita. Outside, inside, unmoving, moving, far, near. And Sri Krishna is sharing, duality is an expression. The fundamental is Advaita, or oneness. I'm reading another teaching from Pujya Swami Chinmayananda. That which is all-pervading must be at once here and there, and therefore it is near and far. The phrase has also been sometimes interpreted as far and yet near. Far in its transcendental absolute nature, the truth is far away from all the hallucinations of names and forms, which, in their aggregate, constitute the universe, but at the same time as existence, truth exists in every name and form nearby. These teachings cannot be intellectualized. Knowership is not enough. Knowership is still deflecting. Reflect on this all day. Contemplate on this in the morning as you go to sleep. Enough living by I am. Live by the truth, which is I. From inspiration to application, your application was to rate your hypocrisy. Anyone want to share their rating? 1 is awful. You are Duryodhana. 100 is awesome. You are Sri Krishna. A 20, a 10, a 75. It seems like the mode number right now is around, let's say 33. An area where I am hypocritical is I keep teaching all of you about all, yet sometimes I catch myself just wanting to be alone. Not being with all, I just want to be alone. But that means I've failed to recognize that there is oneness, which means aloneness. Your application for this morning, in whatever way you have found hypocrisy in your personality, change it. Change one way you are hypocritical. Just one. Shanti, shanti, shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.